Sorry, my bad.
What was that?
So go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I took a dump on something. 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 Hello, hi.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Welcome to TigerBelly. We got me. And we got me. And we got me. And we got Gilbert. We got Khalyla. And we got George here. And we have no guests today. We don't need guests.
Wow.
And I want to start off by saying that I'm enormously grateful for all three of you.
Enormously.
And I don't think that we do. I don't think we've ever had a gratitude show where we've looked at each other in the eyes and said all of our love and why we appreciate each other and all those things. And I think that it's needed because I felt tension before we started this fucking podcast. And I really think that we should have a gratitude seance.
A seance? Was that a thing?
So, Gilbert, you look at me right now and tell me what you're grateful for me about. And just tell me how wonderful I am.
Okay. I'm going to start. What? So, Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I would like to say I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here. And I'm going to say this, real talk. Yeah. I've learned a lot from just literally sitting down here. Yeah. And your stories of how not to do certain things. Such as
what?
Don't go to Tijuana. Don't do drugs. Don't take a shit in a producer's office. Just be a good person. Be yourself. Khalyla.
I want to hear this.
I am grateful for meeting you at Priscilla's Coffee in Burbank, California. First, I didn't know. Jenna was like, here's my friend. I'm like, oh, here we go again.
What do you mean? What the fuck does here we go again mean? What did I look like?
No, she introduced me to so many people. I'm like, I'm not going to talk to them.
But I was dressed. I was wearing pajamas.
You were wearing pajamas.
Coffee shop.
And then right when I met you, I shook your hand. And I was like, let's see if she can play along. I blessed you, and you laughed. I was like, cool, we're good.
He did a manapo.
Manapo.
Go ahead, George.
I like to say why I appreciate George. George.
I'm grateful for being able to wake up with a smile on my face.
Whoa, I was trying to.
No, you're supposed to give him.
I was trying to
Gilbert to George. You're not your turn yet.
Hey,
George.
man, what the hell, George?
We'll get you on the mic when it's your turn.
Oh, shoot.
George, I'm so grateful that you're now here because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for the first half of this year. And you've taught me a lot. Thanks, man.
Now it's Khalyla's turn to everybody.
I'd like to skip over Bobby if I can.
Whoa.
Skip. That's fine.
That's
your right.
It's a gratitude portion, though.
Well, I'm grateful for practicing restraint right now. I'm grateful that I have the ability to hold myself back from punching him in the nutsack. That's what I'm grateful for.
I'm curious why.
Okay, are you? Are you curious?
Well, let's go around first with the positivity, then we'll get to the why.
I'm grateful that you guys are like my human emotional support. It's really weird to say, but I've been a hermit for the past 2 years, and you guys have really been sort of my backbone in more ways than one. And as for Bobby, like I said earlier, you really teach me how to be a very, very, very patient person. Wow. Very patient. You teach me patience. You teach me you teach me what it feels like when somebody really hits my buttons every fucking day of my life.
Yep.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
George, would you like to get over here?
To George now. Baby, you go to George.
Oh, I already said to both of them.
Oh, you did?
I addressed the both of them.
All right, so it's George, it's your turn.
Papa wants to speak last.
God damn it.
Is this a Thanksgiving episode?
No, I just wanted to do this. I think it's needed every once in a while.
Guys, thank you for being my LA family. It means a lot.
You're welcome, George.
So much better. And thank you, Khalyla, for coming to my party. It really means a lot to have your support.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you.
And
thank you. Thank you.
All right, Bobby, your turn.
I want to thank Gilbert for the first of all, I want to thank Gilbert. Gilbert, I think you remind me of me when I was your age, and I think you're naturally gifted, intrinsically funny. I think you have a really good heart, and you're a good guy. You really are, and I know that you are. I think that, I could trust you with anything. And I'm really blessed and grateful for that. And George,
thank you, Bobby.
I look at you and I go, man, I'm just lucky to even know you because you're so proactive and so bright, brilliant, and you know exactly where you want to take this podcast, and you quit your job at Maker and you dedicated your life to this cause. I mean, in terms of your career and stuff, and I think just you're a very good person, and I trust you too immensely, you know. And sweetie, you're the love of my life.
Oh, damn it! Now I'm guilty. I feel guilty.
No, you're the love of my life. I look at you in the morning, and I literally, like the other night, you were leaving. You kissed me. Remember, I was sleeping, and I giggled. The reason why I was giggled is because I was so happy. I'm just happy to know you, and I'm blessed when I look at you every day. I'm blessed.
Why are you playing games?
I'm not playing games.
I'm gonna say this. I'm Team Bobby right now.
And
why are you playing games, motherfucker?
I'm not playing games.
You hated me 30 minutes ago.
I never did. I never.
Can I tell you why we got into a fight?
No, we never got in a fight. We never got in a fight. I love you. I'm not done yet.
He's not done. He's gone.
And also, when I hang out with your family, it almost feels, I'm not even kidding you, like my family. Like I've known them for the rest of my life, all my life, and I trust your sister and your mother and Roger, and I just feel really comfortable being around them. And I've never said that toward any of my girlfriend's family. I always felt mistrust or weirdness, but I just feel like I can really be myself in front of them. And I just love all you guys. Thank you so much. And I just want to say this too. I'm really hurt that when you guys talked about me, you guys just really just kind of threw me on the bus. It's fine.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as good, but that's fine. But my love for you is deeper, I guess, and I have a bigger heart then, I guess. But I just really feel betrayed, but that's fine. Because it's all about gratitude anyway, you know? So, I love you guys, and even though the feelings aren't mutual, and that's why I went last. I wanted to see where you guys were at. And that's where I'm at. So wow, yeah, wow. Wow is the appropriate thing. I'll tell you why, fuckface.
You just said you
I
love
don't care.
me.
I love you. All
right.
I'll tell you why. Wow is the appropriate thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the other day I went to Venmo and I sent you a fucking $100 for no fucking reason.
I sent you a message.
He also didn't ask for money. You just gave it.
I know. I gave it to him. You know why? Out of love. I would never get that from you. You fuck.
You would never get that from George, me because I don't have money to give you, Bobby Lee. Booking.com.
I don't know what your fucking motive is, right? But you have an ulterior motive, and I'm onto you, Frank.
How does this get so negative? I want to do gratitude.
And bitch, I swear to fucking God, the shit I've done, bitch. Anyway. But anyway, that was the gratitude.
I like that.
All right.
That was fun.
That was good, huh?
That was good.
Yeah.
We were at a restaurant an hour ago.
All right, you don't even, if you want to start, let's start. If you want to start, let's start, and then I'll tell the story.
I'll tell the story. I'll tell the story. You can chime in.
Oh my god.
I'll tell my side. You can tell your side.
Okay. So what happened? You're mad at me. Tell me what happened today.
You tell me what happened today.
I want to hear this.
All right, I did that movie from Lionsgate, and the director was a Korean dude named Danny Lee. Okay, him and I want to do other things together. So he texted me today saying, "Hey, let's get together Friday." I didn't return his phone call because I didn't want to, or his text. Okay, so then Khalyla and I, we go to the Terry's Mexican food restaurant with our dog. Delicious. It's on Melrose. If you like Mexican food, that's where to go. Okay, and I see Danny there. And I didn't text him. Right.
The chances.
The director. The odds.
Wow.
Right. So I panic. Right, and I go up to Danny. I go, "Hey, my girlfriend's here. I want you to meet her." Just so I can just, you know what I mean?
Good vibes right away.
So there's good vibes right away. I go outside. I look at Khalyla, and I go, "Come on, come say hi to Danny." She goes, "No."
Because I had the dog.
Yeah, I go, pick up the dog, go in, say hi, and then leave.
Dogs aren't allowed in that establishment.
It doesn't matter. In this situation, right? In this situation, you should pick up the dog, go in there. First of all, number one, okay, that place Terry's. The dude there knows me. I tip him so well. That's fine.
You act as if I've ever been impolite to anybody that you've ever introduced me to in this entire relationship. I've only been utmost respectful. I've always been polite. I've always been really, really presentable to anybody you've ever introduced to me.
I know you have.
I always go out of my way to make conversation. So for you to think that that was intentional of me not to say hi to him, I had the puppy. The puppy was crying. I didn't want to go into a small Mexican establishment with other people eating with a dog in my hand because some people aren't cool with that. You took that personally, and that's your fault. What I was going to do is, as soon as you came out, if you had said, Khalyla, I'll take the dog, go introduce yourself, I would have been fine with it. And eventually, because I realized you were so mad, what did I do? I went over to him by myself, introduced myself, and then I made myself even look more stupid because I interrupted him as he was like chewing on his burrito. And I was like, hi, I'm Bobby's girlfriend. And he was like, okay, cool. And then
I'm eating my burrito right now.
He had all his shit in his mouth,
Yeah.
But he was so upset at me. He was so upset. He was like, you let me down. And he was
because it was already weird because of the text situation.
Yeah.
So when I said my girlfriend's going to come in and she doesn't come in, to me, it was like, oh, fuck, now I just made it weirder, right? It's just one of those little social things. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? But this guy, he directed this movie that I was in, right? And Lionsgate, and he's a Korean dude, and we're going to write something together, right? So it just felt weird, and I just needed saving.
I know, I realized that, but you didn't communicate that to me right then and there. I am all about saving you. Every time you introduce me to someone whose name you cannot remember, what do? When you don't remember their name, I say, hi, my name's Khalyla. What was your name again? Just so you could hear their name again.
Right. Listen, I'm not saying that. That's why I found it a little odd because of the fact that you've saved me so many times in like social situations, especially when it comes to like Hollywood bullshit, like I hate going to like rap parties and stuff like that, but I bring Khalyla because she's so good. She's so good at that shit, right?
People person, yeah.
She's just a people person, and people love her. Every time I introduce her to people, even Ike, after Friday, was like by ourselves. He just goes, "Dude, you fucking lucked out." I know she's the best, right? But she failed me today.
He's really good.
She fucked up today.
He's really good at this gratitude thing,
right? She's usually kills it. She didn't today.
I didn't.
And she dropped the ball.
You got a bad set,
and that's fine.
I had a bad set.
Okay?
You bombed.
So I'm past
and I didn't even apologize.
I forgive you.
I didn't apologize because I didn't think I was in the wrong.
You're
but
in the
on
wrong.
our way back home, he was like, "Look, sweetie, I forgive you." I'm like, I don't fucking apologize to you. I don't need your forgiveness because I don't think I fucked up.
You fucked up.
You fucked up.
You're welcome.
Wow.
And I forgive you. Okay.
You guys get a kiss or?
Yeah, give me a popo.
No.
Popo,
Give me a kiss
popo
right now.
for the audience.
You say sorry to me.
I'm sorry for no reason. I can say sorry because I didn't do anything wrong, but I can say sorry all day.
I need popo. Force kiss. Boom.
Now Friday, you guys came to the live Mad TV taping. What'd you guys think?
Very cool.
What do you mean?
What do you mean cool? I was on a set of Mad TV.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I was crazy.
It was really fun. You know what? I have to say that, I see you do stand up so much, and I'm kind of desensitized to all your jokes. I'm desensitized to a lot of things that you do. And when I saw you up there doing the sketch with Ike Barinholtz,
that was
I really thought to myself, like, holy fuck, that's his muscle. That's my dude, and he's fucking talented. Like, it was so natural to you. And even me as your girlfriend, seeing you every day, I was in awe. I was like, oh fuck, like that is what he's best at.
I'm not good at stand-up?
You are good at stand-up. But what I'm saying is that you just seem so at ease and happy, and you didn't even have to memorize your lines. Like, I didn't see you the night before, just fretting about it. And I thought, oh my God, he's gonna bomb tomorrow because he's not even practicing reading his lines. And you did it with so much ease. I was in awe of you.
Well, it's easy when you have someone like Ike because I already, like him and I, there's always a thing of like being your trust.
Yeah.
That he's so good that you're going to be fine if you just listen, And a lot of that stuff wasn't written down. I mean, I would just listen to his thing.
It was a lot of improv.
And you do a lot of improv, right? Yeah. So it's like, so most of it was improv. Like we would cut pages and we're doing only this or we're going to do this. And they were just like, all right, But it felt, I really did miss it. I miss it.
And your chemistry with Ike,
I know, but it's just me and Flanagan together or me and Will Sasso or any of those guys. I just fucking miss it. And it's like, it's done. It was a part of my life, and it's done. And I got a little taste of what it used to be like. It's never going to be the same again. It might be different or better, my life, but that that was 8 years of my life, and that's why it was a fun day, because it's just I spent all day revisiting the past. I made this analogy to somebody. I said, think of it this way. Imagine your dad dying, my dad dying, and then me going mourning, and me going to the funeral, and then years I heal, and then 8 years later he's right next to me again, but he's now this time somebody else's dad, because the other cast members like Adam, the new cast members, right? So he's around. He used to be my dad, and I mourned him. That's what it felt like being there. It's like, what is this show still on for? This is weird.
Yeah.
That show was done 10 years ago, and they brought it back. It's fucking weird.
I think that it ought to be given another chance. I always thought it was a good show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the ratings were like, but
I like how the way you talk to us is the same way you talk to like the director and producers, which is hilarious. They're like, Bobby, can you do this? Fuck you guys. Fuck you. I was like, oh my God. He's like, he runs this show.
Well, no, and only in those.
It's so funny.
I can't do that anywhere else, though.
But Mad TV, you can.
I can do it at Mad, and I can do it here.
What about Love?
No. No. Love? This is me at Love. No one's talking to you. I don't even know who the director is sometimes. And then when they say stuff to you, you get scared. It's completely different.
Okay, it seemed like they were all friends.
No,
on that
here,
set.
the fucking cameraman, Parker, I've known for 20 years, right? The sound guy, Carlos, is my manager's best friend's husband, right? Whoa. And I called to get him his job back. Bruce Letty, the director, I've known since the beginning of, and we've been across the country together. So it's like, and the owner of the actual show, Salzman, is, he just thinks that I'm the best. So I can go, fuck you, Jew, or whatever it might be.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? But like, I just yell and I act maniacal, but they know that's an act. I'm not mean.
Yeah.
I'm a good person, guys. Believe me. I mean, look at your eyes. You guys are fucking crucifying me right now. I have heart and love.
I just said I was in awe of you. You stupid
broke
fuck.
my fucking Xbox, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen anybody get off the couch so fast to go to Best Buy than when his Xbox broke yesterday. He's like, "Baby, I'm out of here. Where are my car keys?"
Also,
like so quickly.
I love how you made George think that he broke your Xbox.
He didn't break your Xbox.
We don't know. Okay. Stop.
Okay.
We don't know what happened.
Is that George? That's true?
That's 100% true.
I know what happened. You spilled
no,
hot cocoa all over it.
All right, here's what it is. I'm going to tell everyone what happened, okay? Yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, yesterday, George comes over and goes, well, I'm going to set up your Twitch, right? So my Xbox was working fine that night before. Completely fine. And then all of a sudden, he puts downloads the Twitch. I turn the machine back on. It just keeps turning off, and then eventually it just doesn't work anymore, okay? And George started feeling bad, okay? But the night before, my cat Gunnar spilt milk onto the Xbox, but I didn't see the milk go into the circuitry. It just hit some of the Xbox on top. I wiped it down, and I played for 4 hours on it, and it was fucking fine, okay? The reason why I looked at George about the milk was because I didn't want him to feel bad. So on top of that, I lie to make people feel better.
Wow.
But all afternoon you were like, "George, you broke my Xbox."
After 2 hours.
And I asked,
telling me, he was like, Gilbert, I was sweating. I was sweating for 2 hours. Like, Bobby's gonna be pissed.
Yesterday, and then I asked him, "Hey, where you going?" He's like, "George fucking broke my Xbox." So you said it about 80 times. I don't know if that makes anyone feel better.
I know.
He was sweating balls.
It's how you make the fucking machine go.
That's true.
This is an engine, all right? And it runs on certain kinds of fuels.
Milk.
And circuitry. And rotors and anything.
Rotaries?
I don't know much about engines. Radiator.
Radiations.
Right? And tubes. I know there's tubes in there.
Definitely tubes.
And so I know how to keep this fucking machine going. And so you have to throw out lies and deception and anger and then kindness and all kinds of stuff just to get this thing going.
Wow, you're all about Stockholm Syndrome. It's like attack and then sweeten them up. It's like, let me break you down emotionally and psychologically, but also let me give you cake afterwards.
Like a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're all, yeah.
And that's how wars are won.
That's why I'm still in this relationship.
Exactly.
Like, just when he knows I'm about to like hit my threshold.
Yeah, I clean the house.
You know what he says to me? Yeah, he does. But then you know what happens after? This is what he does. Like, he knows I'm on the verge. Like, he could probably see the steam coming out of my ears. Then he says, you know what I'm going to do today, babe? I'm going to do some deep cleaning. He knows that it's going to get him back out of the doghouse. He's like, I'm going to do some deep cleaning.
I love the adjective deep cleaning.
But you know what? After he does the deep cleaning, you know what he does?
Deep messing.
But he is the type of guy that expects a gold medal for every small task that he accomplishes. So every small thing, like, hey, look what I did today. Put the garbage in the trash can like a normal human being.
I know, but
if he does that once, he expects an 8-hour blowjob.
I'll tell you why. Because you didn't know me before I met you. I never took the trash out.
Who took it?
I would hire people to do it.
Oh, okay.
My point is that these little things that I do and I brag about it, like, yeah, I did that, right? Yeah, normal people do that all the time. But to me, it's a new adventure.
Whoa.
To me, it's a new frontier. And it's an accomplishment for me.
Like a Mount Everest.
You know, it's like, having this, a black African-American kid. I'm not going to say anything racist or anything weird, okay?
Okay.
But, you know, the reason why they don't swim a lot, they're not good at swimming, right? It's
continue.
Okay, so anyway, right? Because they didn't grow up, you know, in an environment where there was swimming, okay? Where there's
they didn't have access to a pool,
okay?
They could swim, yeah.
But like a white dude can swim, right? Because they have access to a pool, right? And then when a black guy finally kind of can float in the deep end by himself, he gets really excited. When a white dude's like, I've been doing that since I was 8, but for the black guy, it's a new thing. Is what I'm saying.
It actually goes deeper than that historically. Why? I mean, now it's fine. I think that more black people have access to water, so there's a lot of, you know, they swim. I think that's a fucking misconception. But I learned in school that it actually dates back to slavery, and slave masters and slave owners would tell slaves would really scare them about the water. They would always say, if you got in the water, it was like it meant your death, like you would die in there.
Oh, fear.
So yeah, they would instill all this fear about like crossing the water because they didn't want their slaves to.
And the slave masters also.
They didn't want their slaves to escape, so they would scare them in that way. And
makes sense.
But here's another thing: slave masters used to tell them, talk really loud in movie theaters.
Stupid motherfucker.
I think that's in a text.
Yeah, no, because
I think I read that in a textbook.
yeah. Because they don't want to in the movie theaters.
There is no one louder in the movie theater than you and your brother. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Only in horror movies.
I'll say this too.
No, I mean talking.
Old white ladies.
With all your brights on your phone, like completely
gotta play Candy Crush. Gotta play Candy Crush during the movie.
What about old white ladies? I realize they're very loud as well.
Well, because they're going deaf.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going deaf.
And I'm like,
I don't think they know.
Whoa, lady.
That they're being loud.
But yeah, and then last night also I just want to mention that we saw a documentary that was kind of terrible but also kind of interesting. And it was, what was it called, babe?
Holy Hell.
Holy Hell. And it's about a cult leader.
It wasn't that good of a documentary, but
it was
the
not
topic
that great,
was fun.
but the topic was fun.
Okay.
And I realized that was my calling.
What,
to be a cult leader?
Yes.
Okay, so this guy, the cult leader, he was a failed actor dancer from Hollywood. And he created this idea, like people started to really started to praise him. He would be really quiet. He would fucking regurgitate Buddha phrases, Osho phrases. He would just say the same, like fucking Eckhart Tolle phrases.
He had his own place in West Hollywood. It was like a, you know, it's like what Deepak Chopra used to have in San Diego, like a little building where people can
like
listen
congregated
to
and stuff.
congregate. You know, and then he gathered a following of people, and then that they looked up to him. They almost, you know, they idolized. Not idolized.
They idolized him because he created this character, and it wasn't even. I wouldn't even say it's really him. He created this character that was very, very likable. Like I said, he regurgitated a lot of like, you know, profound phrases. He would have like a very stoic stare as if he was just in a different dimension. He would project this type of like aura about. I think he was acting, and these people were mesmerized by him because it was. They thought, wow, this beautiful
hundreds of people.
Yeah, this beautiful man is just like on another enlightened level. But I think it was well calculated on his point how he wanted to be perceived, and so he garnered this huge following of very good looking people in Hollywood to fucking treat him like he was a messiah.
They stayed with him like 25 years.
For 20 years.
They moved to Austin for him. Hundreds of people. They built him a dance studio and all that stuff. But I think I would have been a great cult leader. That's all.
And he would tell them things like, "Oh, I have the word of God. God speaks to me, and I will tell you if you're ready to be spoken to or not." So people would go to him. I'm like, "Am I ready to hear God's word?" And he would say, "No, you're not." And they would be devastated. They would go crying. And the ones who would hear God's word, they would almost go into supposedly like an LSD type trip, where they would be crying and like in hysterics, and then it was really fucking weird. But funny enough, everyone in that cult was amazingly good looking, all models and dancers,
actors.
Yeah, and that's where it was a little bit contradictory because what he preached about was our body's a vessel. Sex is not good. Sex is a very like shallow type of relationship. He kept pushing the idea of our body is nothing. You have to think past your body. In the meantime, he had all this cosmetic surgery done to his face. And he encouraged cosmetic surgery to the people that followed him.
Did he make money from this?
But it turned out
yes.
But it turned out that with the guys, like it turned out that he'd fuck them in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't even guys that were straight. Like I didn't.
They just believed him.
Yeah, they believed him. So they just, I just want to let you know that just by the by, if I'm a part of any kind of cult, especially my brother Steve and I, as soon as the leader says "suck my dick" or "I'm gonna fuck you in the ass," my brother would kill him.
Whoa.
Right? Don't you think I would have killed him?
Are you susceptible? You think to this type of cult?
No.
You're not, because I feel like they play into the idea that, oh, let's belong to a family. Like belonging is a very big thing for a lot of people, And
as soon as dick sucking isn't part of it, I'm out.
Hey, bro,
I'll go to Mammoth like the way they did, and I'll worship, I'll pray and medicate. As soon as your dick goes anywhere near my butthole, it's endgame. I'm gonna go to fucking. I'm a Mormon now.
So he goes.
I mean, whatever,
Bobby.
Yeah.
God wants to talk to you.
Oh, great! Finally, because I've been traveling with you for 15 years, and he finally I get to speak to him.
But I have to put the key inside of your hole. The key to God.
That's an analogy.
The key.
What is the key?
Is my penis.
And the hole is
your mouth.
Okay.
I didn't say dick sucking. Oh, so you do want to
open the door.
See, Bobby wants to belong.
No. I would just go, all right, stick it in there, and I would bite it off. Yeah, I would bite it off, and I would run away, and I would become a Jehovah's Witness.
Wow. What would your cult be? You said you would be a great cult leader. What would your ideologies be?
My thing would be like, I would have everyone 8 hours a day play Destiny for me to just. You have to do a lot of grinding
to build your stock.
Yeah, just you got to get glimmer, and you know what I mean. So have people just play. People would just be playing Destiny,
like farmers, basically.
Yeah, to help my character, and then I don't know, just a lot of massages, and
But what's the overall message to capture them? God, is it like follow me, Bobby Lee, for God, or is it follow me
for God?
Like, what is the? How are you getting me and Khalyla to join?
I would just say that I was like, God has lots of parts. He's like, imagine God having a body. And I'm a toe.
What? Sign me up.
Yeah.
I want to
follow.
God's toe? You're God's toe?
I'm not God, but I'm a part of him. I'm like his toe.
Interesting.
Or a pinky or something.
Why did you choose those two body
I think
parts?
that you should try and start a cult and see just what happens.
You'll get people to follow you for sure.
How about this? I'm going to start a cult. And anyone listening right now, if you want to become a part of my cult, email us.
Oh God!
Please
we're just gonna.
I swear to God, I will have a commune.
I'll have so many.
I'll create a book.
Yeah.
With rules and passages, and I will have a night where I rent out like someplace in LA.
You meet
and
once a week?
and have people come out and meet, and I'll have outfits for us, and we'll meditate, and we'll create. Let's create a religion together.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what's the foundation of the religion? What's the fundamental idea behind it?
Is to I don't know yet. To be honest.
See, the only attractive thing to me about a cult, like when I watch a documentary, is I always assume there's a ton of sex going on and orgies, and that's attractive to me. That's the only reason I would live in like a commune like that, or like a co-op.
Orgies?
It's like, can we just all like always fuck anyone, always, anytime? But then the guy was like, they weren't allowed to have sex with one another at all. I was like, what the fuck is the point of anything then? All these good-looking people, and I can't fucking get any dick. You know,
so you just want
it's the worst cult ever.
You know what I would do with the guys? Maybe I would have like a train.
Okay, first of all,
a train on you?
So, no. Listen, all right. So Gilbert and George are in the cult, okay?
Oh God.
And I go, we're gonna play train today.
Ooh, fun.
Right. So Gilbert, you're the front of the train.
Cool. We're sitting in a train.
No, you're naked. You're bent over.
Oh,
you're on your hands and knees.
Okay.
And then George is gonna stick his dick inside you.
Okay.
Right. And then Steve's gonna stick his dick inside George.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stick my dick inside Steve.
Okay.
And I'm the caboose.
So we're only doing this so you can just say you're the caboose.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any dick inside me.
Literally.
Yeah, you're the fuck because you're having one right inside you,
so
and you have no pleasure.
What is the exercise for the train in your cult?
Choo-choo. That's what we do.
God's toe, why are we doing this?
I don't know. Choo-choo.
Khalyla watches from afar.
Choo-choo.
Stupid.
I mean,
Stupid.
I would even enjoy that, just watching Bobby.
Men
just,
butt fuck each other.
Yeah.
You wouldn't butt fuck anybody? A guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, if I was a guy, I would butt fuck everything.
I've been on record saying I'd butt fuck a guy for money.
Oh, I mean, not even for money. If I was a dude, I would I would fuck trannies. I would get blowjobs from trannies and men and anybody.
A guy?
George is nodding.
Not for nobody?
Maybe for you, Bobby, but for nobody else.
Wait, you would seriously butt fuck Bobby? For what?
No.
For him,
for
big difference.
Not butt fucking me.
George is not butt fucking
I don't know pink dicks inside me, my friend. All right, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, that's got really weird.
Jesus.
Yeah, that
really
was
fast.
a little strange.
Wow.
I have I wanted you to tell us what Aries Spears told you on set while we were in that TV.
Why?
I'm curious. I'm curious. I think it's funny and it speaks to your diary of the mouth.
Well, I mean, when I was on Mad TV, Aries Spears was one guy that I looked up to his talent, but it took me years before he wouldn't even say a word to me. Oh. I'm imagining being there at that studio for years, going every day, and having some person not ever even saying hello to you. He was just oblivious to me.
Was it just you or everybody?
No, just me specifically.
Oh,
he would say hi to everybody else, yeah. And I think the reason why is because I was kind of terrible.
Did you guys start at the same time?
No, he was there a couple years before me. I got on. I was admittedly terrible. I really was.
Yeah.
But I was able to like barely make it every cutoff. And so for years, and then eventually he started saying hi to me and stuff. And but then when the show got canceled, I never thought I would ever see him again, really. So I would say things about him on radio shows and stuff, right?
As one does.
As one does.
Yeah.
But not bad things, just stuff like that. He never talked to me, and that and just things of that nature. And then I saw him that Friday night for the taping, and I'm like, oh fuck! And he was really nice.
Oh,
we hugged. Yeah, I saw Deborah Wilson. We hugged, and then at one point, Aries was sitting on a couch, and I sat next to him, and he goes, "Yo, man, you like to talk about me on radio, huh?" I go, "What?"
Wow, he baited you in.
I go, "Yeah, man, no big deal." I go, and I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't know specifics.
Yeah.
But then he goes to his phone and he pushes play.
He had it queued up.
And he had a couple of things queued up.
Wow.
And now at this point, I'm like, hey, Aries. I know. I'm so sorry. I know I did that. Yeah. And that was one case where I should have just shut my fucking mouth over the years. But you never thought, I don't know, man. But he wasn't that mad. Not really that upset.
But he had it queued up. I mean,
he had it queued up, yeah.
Was it bad then? What it was queued up?
What did you say about him?
I'm so confused. Why would he pull that up?
Well, I mean, him and I one time had to be physically pried apart because it was gotten violent, and I can tell you what it was about.
Please.
He goes, when you're an Asian guy on a sketch show, they write things like if you're not in something in a week, eventually they'll go, we got to find him something to do. And so what they would do, this bullshit, like he'll play Japanese businessman number 2.
Got it.
In sort of fucking bullshit sketch.
Like, yeah.
Where I have no line, and it's basically glorified extra shit.
Yeah.
So one day I go, I'm not playing Japanese businessman number 2, you know? And he goes, and then Ari said, I said that out loud to a producer, and then Ari goes, oh, here's Bobby not being a team player. And for him to say that, right, it snapped something inside me. Oh, I'm not a team player? I'm not a team player. The motherfucker didn't know my name for 3 years, you know? And then one of our producers, Lona Dombrowski, who had cancer at the time, she had breast cancer. And she's the one that got me sober, the one I love. And she's passed away. But she was going through chemotherapy, and she was there. She had to separate us too. Right, and she was like frail and sick, and I'm ashamed of that, but that happened.
I don't think that telling that story is all too bad on a radio show.
Yeah, I said that story, but I guess he didn't want to hear that.
So he grabbed your shirt or something and pulled you in?
No, we both. He's a big guy. I've been in a lot of physical altercations in my life. In comedy, especially.
He's so talented, though, huh?
Who?
Ari?
He's so gifted.
Yeah.
He really is. I'm going to say that the best African-American impressionist in the country.
Yeah.
He's so dead on good. And he's always been like that. And I always said a story about him. Listen, him and I are cool now.
Yeah.
But it's not really his fault. He made it in show business when he was 17. He was on Def Jam when he was 16 years old.
That's so young.
Right? So he's always been a part of it. And I think maybe I'm resentful because it took me forever to make it.
Yeah.
I crawled my way up. I was at 30 when I fucking got on Mad. I wasn't 16. And it's like a lot of these kids, they had a leg up because they're just obviously, Ari Spears has always been obviously super, super talented. Caliendo, again, another Frank Caliendo,
impressionist,
super talented. But not in the beginning. Ike and I were talking, and he's a great guy. I'm friends with Frank, but it wasn't like I was really close to him when I was on the show, because I guess he didn't want to be on the show when he got on it, and so we didn't really hang out that much. But as we got older, now like I love Frank and I love his wife. And I've been to his house, and I love him. You met his wife; she's amazing. I
like her; she's really nice.
So it's like a lot of it's growing pains and stuff like that. But to see Ike, how great he's doing,
Yeah, you guys are look like brothers.
Not only that,
in the room.
There's a lot of guys in show business that make it, and I get jealous. I do. And I have this thing inside me that I compare myself to other people. And I go, you're a loser. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Look what everyone else is doing. He specifically is one case that I've never felt like that for, because he's always been good to me. We've always been friends, like real friends. And we've had fights and stuff, but just like squabbles or whatever. But I've always loved him. I've always loved his brother and his parents. I love Josh Myers too. He was another one that was with Ike back then.
Was he in Mad?
Yeah.
So that was like your squad?
Key and Peele.
Just you three was your squad?
No, Key and Peele.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they were, a squad, you know, and in fact, anyone from my generation of Mad TV, I have just such love for and support. Like Key and Peele killed it. They're my generation, and there is a thing where you look at Entertainment Weekly or the front page of the New York Times to see these two guys on it. There is a feeling of pride and like, wow, it's heavy to be on the cover of Esquire.
Yeah,
and two guys, that I was on a sketch show with, and I just have love. There are other people that I don't feel that way about. I get really jealous and angry and resentful. I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to name names, but we can all assume.
We can all assume
and make assumptions.
That. Yeah,
but I don't. What's so funny is Howie Mandel. You know him?
Yeah.
You know Howie Mandel?
Yes.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal No Deal. Yeah. He's on
show.
What?
You did his
Talent.
America's
America
Got Talent.
Talented.
America's
What's it called?
America's Got Talented.
Talented. He's talented.
Yeah.
But he said something to me the other day that really fucking cleared it up. It was like a nugget of knowledge that I wish I had 5 years ago. He was saying, he was at the Comedy Store and he was like, he was going up, and I go, wow, you've been going up a lot lately. And he goes, yeah, because I'm doing Montreal. And I go, oh, I was offered to do Montreal this year, but I didn't take it because I still have resentments, because when I was a younger comic, they never brought me into new faces, or, you know.
You never did it.
And I never did it.
For you guys that don't know, Montreal is a comedy festival.
Huge comedy festival.
You blow up.
And people get deals out of there, and it's a huge thing for comics to go. And I wasn't invited for 15 years in comedy. It's only recently where I've been getting invites, but I've said no to them because of this resentment. And Howie was mad. He looked at me and goes, you never make decisions based on emotion. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, if I made decisions based on emotion, I would have never taken deal or no deal, which is the thing that reinvented my career.
It really did.
Right? Because he didn't want to do it at first, but his wife said, you have to do it. Right? And he goes, you know what? I'm going to get over my petty whatever, and I'm going to not make a decision based on my emotions and just do it because it's work. And it reinvented him. And I, from now on, for the rest of my life, I will do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to push aside resentment and all that bullshit it's only in my head.
It is mostly in your head. And
our suffering is in our head.
Especially with someone like you. I mean, even something as simple as dinner tonight, where I didn't go say hi to Danny. You sat in front of me and you said, that's it. He'll never work with me again.
Did you really?
He'll never work with me again. You ruined it. My relationship with him is over. What if he becomes this big time director and he'll never? It's like it. Everything.
I mean, it's not like I didn't say those things.
Yes, he did.
I didn't say those things.
But that's how his brain operates.
No, but I know what she's saying. I didn't say those things out loud. But I didn't say all those things out loud, right? But I understand what she's saying. Is that she's making a point.
It's 0 to 100.
It's 0 to 100. I make assumptions about things.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go into an audition and I think in my head that I was terrible, right? And then for a month I'll be like, I'm never gonna make it or work again and all that stuff. And then a month later, you get a call. You got it. What? That job that you auditioned a month ago. And all that torturing I did for a month in my head was for nothing.
I can't believe you let that consume you.
It's an energy. What?
That really consumes you.
Small little things consume him. Like we went to a rap party a few years ago, and someone he had ran into somebody he knew, a big time actor, that he knows very well. He's friends with, but they were passing each other in the elevator. So there's not much time to really chit chat, right? Because the elevator is dinging. There's other people waiting. Right. And so the guy was kind of like, oh, hey, Bobby, but then bye, Bobby. And then the whole ride home, he was like, he hates me. Our relationship is over. Did I make myself look weird? Like all these questions.
I know. It's a character defect. I just admitted to it. I already know it.
It's crazy, though.
It's crazy mental insanity.
Building stories in your head.
I build these false things in my head, and then it's like it's nonsense. It's all just my brain, just as a defense mechanism, creates these fantasies, and then I actually start to believe them, and I want to stop doing it. Yeah, I get that that's what I do.
Because remember, we just started talking. Bobby and I really started to believe actual manifesting your future and what you want to happen in your life. And even something as simple as us having a 10-minute conversation about him not texting Danny Lee back is the reason we ran into Danny Lee at the Mexican restaurant.
We had talked about it all day.
And it just happened.
I'll tell you,
I believe in manifestation.
And an even crazier story is last Friday, actually Thursday night. I don't know if you guys follow me on Snapchat, but all of Thursday night, my entire Snapchat story was me threatening to leave Bobby for this guy on The Bachelorette. His name's Chase. Chase, right? And my whole Snap story is Bobby assaulting me because I kept threatening to DM Chase. And, I thought that was okay. Just, you don't think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
Friday, the very next day, we go to a dog park with our new puppy.
This is insane.
And lo and behold, I look over and there's a lady with almost the exact same dog, identical to our puppy. So I go over to her. I say, hey, that puppy looks exactly like mine. And she goes, did you adopt it from Lori from Lancaster? And I said, yeah, that's the same place. So we fucking ran into my puppy's sister. And to give you guys a little bit of perspective, Lancaster is 2 fucking hours away from here. It isn't like it's a local, dog pound.
Yeah.
So the chances of us meeting in this random Hollywood park was really slim to none, right?
And guess what the lady does?
And guess what the fucking lady does for a living?
She either knows Chase in some way.
She's a producer on The Bachelorette. And
wow.
Yeah. And then when we exchange numbers, it goes even beyond that. We exchanged numbers and I gave her my number. She goes, wait, what? And she looks at the number I just gave her. She goes, wait, that's my old number.
She's from fucking Long Beach?
No, she had my exact same old number except for the area code.
What? The same number?
Yep. And it like everything we thought about that day, Bobby's like, you still don't believe in God, bitch? Like the whole day.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidences.
And
I believe things happen for a reason. I believe that, and I mean, now people listening may think I'm loony for saying that, but there's just been too many incidences in my life where it was just like, wow, this is so fucking weird that this would be happening at this very moment. You know, like when I got sober. When I got sober, did I tell you this story?
I think you did, yeah. But go ahead.
On this podcast, I've said it?
I think so, but I want to hear it again.
What is it?
When I got sober, I was taking 40, 50 Vicodin a day. Anyway, people know that, right? And then my manager goes, we're going to this place in Lemon Grove to get you sober. And you know what it was called an Optimum Health Institute, which is not a recovery house. It's just a wheatgrass farm where they had little apartments, like little rooms. It had nothing to do with recovery. And then I found out the reason why my manager wanted me to get sober there, because she wanted to stay there too to lose weight.
Oh my God.
Right? So I'm going through massive withdrawal. So I wake up in my little hotel room at this wheatgrass farm going into convulsions, you know what I mean? While she's like by the pool.
Getting massages
and stuff, right? But so one night, I go, I can't eat this fucking hippie shit anymore, man. You know, I got over my detox, and I go, I gotta go down the street, and I gotta go to a In-N-Out or something. Mm-hmm. And she go, and then I was mad at her too, because I go, this isn't an AA. I need a 12-step group kind of recovery house. I haven't been to a meeting yet. I need a meeting. And she's like, don't worry, we'll leave. We're leaving in 2 weeks anyway. Shut up. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I go down the street. It's like 1 a.m. There's a 24-hour Vons, right? And I go in there, and I'm in the fruit section, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and it's this guy, Will, that I knew way back 12 years ago when I got sober the first time. And he goes, what are you doing here? I go, I'm at the Lemon Grove Optimum Health Institute. And he goes, I go, what are you doing here? He's like, I don't know. Something just told me to pull over here. Right? And he gave me all the numbers that I had from 12 years ago, like AA numbers. And then I had all these AA people pick me up from the Optimum Health Institute and drive me to meetings. Into my head, I thought that was way too much of a coincidence. Right? So I believe in that kind of shit. You know, but I believe that, but people might think I'm crazy, that it might be just a coincidence.
I like to think about it as, to me, it's more fun for me to believe in the randomness of life, that even in the randomness there is like cosmic alignment, that sometimes in the weird chaos of all those randomness, sometimes things just perfectly align in perfect situations. And I don't need to believe in something higher up to believe in things aligning for you sometimes.
But when I say God, though, I don't mean like Jesus or a Western religion. It's just a word that is it's a term of
higher being,
of like a power that's up there, that's
greater than us.
Yeah, I mean, I want us to use that because it's very AA, but like just a higher intelligence, it could be energy. I don't know what it might be, but yeah, I do believe that though, and I feel like I have to, or I'll go crazy. I don't know how people live without anything.
I go crazy with the idea of the opposite. The idea that one sole thing is responsible for all of these things on earth is an idea that that doesn't help me sleep better at night. I like to think of
chaos,
million things responsible, a million different things interconnecting, resulting in a million other things interconnecting. To think of one giant greater power responsible for every little intricate part of my personality and my life,
but the power
is all too consuming for me.
Yeah, but we're a part of the power, right? What I'm saying is that it's kind of what you're saying is that there's billions of people, and we're all interchanging in our energy, and we're on this planet, and we make decisions and whatnot, this and that. But I believe that it's all like a play of some sort.
Yeah, sure. And all I'm saying is that I don't believe in a man high up sitting in the clouds dictating my destiny. That doesn't make me feel comfort to say that I leave it up to you, God, because I can't leave it up to just that one thing. To me, if I were to ever believe in a God, it's probably a God that's made up of a million things. It's not. But if that makes any sense, I'm sorry. This is
no, it could be.
But here's another thing that I do believe. Okay, not only that do I believe that you can attain your goals in life by less.
What do you mean?
Okay.
No, this is
so profound.
No, listen.
Wait, what?
By not putting that much work into it. That you manifest, things just gravitate towards you, right? That's been my fucking career.
That's what I really believe in, though. I think that because I do believe in the chaos and the randomness, that I do think that you can harness certain types. You can harness what you want to happen. Like, you can take this type of energy, really believe it, and kind of zone into that happening for you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe in a God, because I'm not waiting for a God for him to bless me with that outcome. I want that outcome to happen because I manifested it, and I geared myself in that direction.
But that's all part of the same thing I'm talking about.
Maybe I'm just,
I've never done a headshot, really. I mean, I have headshots.
That's hilarious.
I have headshots, but that's because photographers go, "Hey, I need to do your headshot for my portfolio."
Yeah.
And I go, "All right, come over," and they'll do my headshot.
Never
I've
seeked it out.
Paid for
never
it.
Seeked it. Yeah.
I never taken a flyer to an agency and go, "Hey, can you represent me? Here's my reel." In fact, the only thing I've ever done is I just go up on stage. I've made that decision to do that, and everything else has. Now, I could have been bigger. Think more things would have happened, but the things that has happened in my career isn't because I worked hard for them. They just started happening.
But don't you think that's not a good thing to tell people?
No, because it is a good thing. Because
there's something
you still have to make decisions, and you still have to walk through certain fears. Like, for instance, you can be let's say you want to be a rock star. Well, you got to learn how to play the guitar or an instrument, or you have to learn to sing.
Don't just sit there
and write a song. Yeah, I mean, you know how to do those things, right? But my brother, for instance, always wanted to perform. He made decisions based on that. So he wrote songs, he recorded them in his room, but he didn't know how that he was going to have an audience, because he tried all that. He created rap groups. And then one day he met David Cho through me. And then David Cho goes, "I wanted to start a band. Money Mark, Steve, be in my band. My brother's the lead singer now. They have an audience because of David." His whole life has changed, but he didn't do anything. He just made a decision. He goes, "I'm going to write songs no matter what. I'm going to paint and draw because I like creating things. But, in terms of success, I don't know how to do that." But it came to him because he made decisions based on what his heart believed and what he wanted to do. I could be wrong, but
I do believe that sometimes it is from hard work. Sometimes it is just the luck of the draw.
Combination.
And sometimes it's a little bit of both. And I think there are two ways to go about it. I've seen people who are really, really at the top because they've just worked extremely hard, and I've seen people get to the top in less time because they worked extremely smart. So I still, my belief is work smart, not hard. But there is an element, and
I've never met anyone in stand-up comedy. The one thing that I know about, okay, that didn't make it. Everyone that I know that have any kind of resemblance of talent, regardless of their work ethic or not, eventually make it. They might not make it to like, Gabriel Iglesias like stadium stand-ups, right? But they find their way. They're able to provide for their family and stuff like that. And the people that don't make it are the people that never should have done it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that if they didn't make it, therefore they are not talented.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when I started, I used to host the open mics in the late 90s at the store. And I used to watch, there was this girl, redheaded girl. She was 18 or 19 years old. And she was tall. And she was a very good joke writer. But her stage presence was good, but she was new. She was young. But I used to put her up, and I believed in her. It was Morgan Murphy. And she was young, and all those kinds of things you can see that there's something about this person, and they continue to do it. And then they eventually she writes for Two Broke Girls. She's had specials. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. A lot of those, like, you look at the Sklar brothers back in the day, twins, like, I don't know, but they're not the biggest household names, but they're constantly on TV.
Mm-hmm. But their bills are being paid.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to their house. They have houses and families and kids, and you can find your way. I think that the thing is to go out, and you have to make a decision to do things. If I want to be a painter, I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna try to get my stuff in a gallery. But it's not like it's grueling, stressful work. You just paint because that's what you love doing. That's what you're gonna do anyway. And then you show people online or whatever, and eventually something probably going to happen.
But not, the reason I don't always believe in that is because I think that we're all dealt a different hand in life, and you've had the opportunity, like your parents were happy to support you until you were 30, right? Sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes people don't have parents to financially pay their rent, or
my dad said, if you do comedy, you don't ever talk to me. Well, excuse me? What'd you say? If you do comedy, don't talk to me. He didn't talk to me for years. Yeah, that's crazy. It's only my mom that I would just beg for money. Mm-hmm. And then she would tell my dad they were going to fight. Mm-hmm. It wasn't hard for me to ask. It was very difficult for me to ask. Mm. And sometimes they didn't give me the money. A lot of times they did because I had been homeless then. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was stressful asking them.
Yeah.
It was hard on me. Yeah. All right. But I always knew that something was going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're just a special case because you just...
I don't think so.
I think you're inherently talented. I think that from the time you were born, from the time you were a child, you had this innate talent for comedy. And I think you're strangely...
You're absolutely... you're incorrect. Because...
Well, you know what? Okay, thank God.
When I did open mic... I wasn't good, and people came up to me and goes, "You don't have any comedy timing. You're awful." And I was. All right. I don't think that I'm talented, but
no, but you're funny as just a person.
It's 57.
57.
Very good, yeah.
So that wasn't a funny podcast, but that was constructive, I believe. I think we went into some areas that we normally don't ever touch. Hopefully, we'll never touch them again. These are things that I really do love you guys, and I really love doing this podcast. And this is the one thing that I've done religiously every week, every Monday. And I'm glad it's in my life. It's something to look forward to. And I think we've really, we're doing good. We're doing good. Give me the question. Oh, no, wait. Before we do that, though, can we talk about the MMA real quick?
Okay, a really quick MMA minute. Recently, there was UFC card 201.
Okay.
And let's talk about the main event first. We had Tyrone Woodley.
The match before that. Khalyla.
And Rose Namajunas.
Okay. If you're listening.
Hopefully you are.
Hopefully Rose you're listening to Namajunas. Rose Namajunas. I believe that you're a future champion. My girlfriend and I are huge fans of yours. I know everything about you. I've seen all the matches that I can online to see you, and you're really good. I thought it was a really close fight. I do believe that you lost because of Carolina's knees in the clinch.
To the stomach.
But I really believe that you should keep going forward and keep doing it. And you're going to be a champion 24. One day. You're only 24.
She's only 24.
Carolina,
good job.
Johanna Jędrzejczyk is going to destroy you.
Aww.
I love you.
Okay, that's okay.
She's so cute. I like how she stands in the octagon with her hands behind her back.
Johanna Jędrzejczyk is my favorite fighter of all time. She's a machine. And that's it. And to Woodley, Tyrone Woodley.
You called it.
Who beat Robbie Lawler.
Robert
Lawler. Tyrone Woodley, you're a strong man.
That's right.
Shit, he's strong.
And I love your new camp. There's something different about you.
He trains with, what's his name
He trains
now?
with ATT and Duke Rufus.
Yes, Duke Rufus.
But I want to say something to you right now. The next fight that you have has to be Stephen Thompson because of the fact that he's next in line.
He already has. He doesn't want it.
No, it doesn't matter.
He wants
I don't
a big
care
money fight.
I don't care.
He wants Nick Diaz.
I think that the number one contender should get the fucking champion.
That's the way it should work.
No, it always should work that way. All right, and I think Tyrone Woodley is saying that it's not a big money fight for him. It's because he knows that he's going to lose.
He doesn't. I mean, I get what he's saying. He wants to be able to defend his title at least one time.
Yeah, title guys right now they keep changing.
No, Stephen Thompson, right, to me,
so good.
Is so fucking good. I mean, what he did to Hendricks, he beat Rory McDonald, right? I mean, he is the guy. And let me tell you something right now, Tyrone.
Whoa.
He can beat you. And you know he's going to beat you. That's when you want Nick Diaz, who hasn't fought in years.
3
years. Come on, man.
Can't doubt the Diaz brothers, though. Man.
No, I love the Diaz brothers. I think that Nick deserves an opportunity, but the guy that's next in line is Stevie Thompson. Now, give me the question.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby and Khalyla.
Dear TigerBelly, I'm a white guy in my early 20s, and I've had yellow fever for a long time. It's not something I'm proud of. In fact, it's embarrassing. Whenever I've gone out to bars, to parties, through college and afterwards, I've always found myself at the end of the lucky nights going home with an Asian girl. I lost my virginity to a Chinese girl, which was very possibly the start of it all. But I have since been with women of most commonly categorized ethnicities. Maybe it's the culture and the ways that Asian girls are fetishized, and I'm a product of my environment. Or maybe my direct actions have driven me towards yellow fever. I've been dating Asian women for the last year who has really only dated white blonde guys like me, George. Which also seems to be common. I feel like I'm on one weird fetishization wheel between white men and Asian women. I feel creepy because of it, and I'm trying to think about how to get myself off this path.
Do not feel creepy, my friend.
Quick question. Do you think the culture will ever change to the point where Asians aren't fetishized?
Okay. I don't mind that quite. That a white dude getting Asian chicks, I don't mind. What I do mind, though, are Asian chicks that only specifically date white dudes.
But that's why he's saying it's a wheel, because I think it goes both ways.
It doesn't go both ways.
It does, babe. I'll tell you straight up, like a lot of Filipino chicks from where I'm from, we glorify the white man. We straight up love anything that looks not pure Filipino.
Yeah,
we
but
love our mestizos.
I think that the white guys are being opportunistic because Asian women think that they are... You know what I mean?
That's their ticket out the country?
Yeah, their ticket out. Okay, I have no blame with the fucking white man.
Not even talk about Filipinos then. What about just other Asian girls?
Asian girls in general. Let me just say something right now. All right?
Oh, shit, sorry.
We have to create an exchange program. Okay? So white guys, yes, you can have, our Asian women. But some of your white chicks have to go to us Asian men. And it's a one-way street right now. And until we can figure that out, all right? So, hey, white dude that just did that email, do you have a sister?
His name is... I don't know if he has a sister.
If you have a sister, you have to offer your sister off to a gook.
Wow. Specifically a gook.
There should be some sort of exchange, because the exchange rate is... If I'm on doing stand-up, right, and I look at a half Asian in the audience, right, I go, your mom's Asian, huh? And they go, yeah.
It's always the mom.
And then whenever I say, it's always that, it gets a laugh. Do you know why? Because that's always the thing. And then for every Asian chick... right, that goes out with a white dude, there's a lonely Asian dude somewhere going, what about me? I got nobody. because those white chicks aren't going to us.
So, okay, I have a question for you then.
Fucking out of control, man.
You almost broke that.
So what do you think?
Crazy, right? Just got me fucking angry just
so
now.
what do you think about when black women get really, really upset when black men date white girls? I mean, they get crazy about. Not all of them. There are some who are really indifferent to it. But I'm saying, like, I know a couple black girls who are like, they're stealing all our good brothers.
Yeah, but the black girls, right, get all the good white guys. David Bowie, Robert De Niro, right? Bill Burr.
What's his name? What HBO guy? White Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Right. So
Boris Becker.
The exchange rate on that is already in play.
Very good.
Okay. Our exchange rate is broken.
It's very poor.
And I need to fix it. All right. So when like Kate Blanchett dates Daniel Day Kim or somebody like that, then I'll be like, it's going our way, but it's not.
It's not even.
It's not even close. We don't get any. Every once in a while, you'll see one, and you go, I get on my hands and knees, and I pray to God, thank you. When I see an Asian dude dating a white girl, it makes me very happy.
I feel like I see that more in Canada, Vancouver, Toronto.
Yeah, because they're good.
They just sort of, it's more prevalent there.
Yeah, but you fucking white chicks, man, fucking Asian. We're soft. We have jobs.
Yes, keep going.
I mean,
they don't have
we're
thigh
clean.
hair.
Not me, but we're clean.
You guys don't have thigh hair.
I have no hair.
Thigh.
You know,
I have zero hair.
I have zero hair.
Yeah.
And we're good dudes. And the dick thing.
Good dudes. I'm sorry. We're good dudes. That's why you don't get white chicks, babe, because you sound like that.
But there is this big thing in New York happening. I think it's called BMAM, and it's a huge fetish that's happening in New York right now. Vice did an article on it. It's black women and Asian men. It's like the hot thing right now.
The two most rejected races on Tinder.
Is black women, Asian men.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
Oh, the money I would give to anybody who...
An app?
No, I just would love to see, and I know this is really weird to sound because he's my man, but I would love to see Bobby have sex with just a really big, bodacious, beautiful black woman.
Probably has.
He hasn't.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm talking about a big
like
black
me.
woman. They don't like him.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
I say hi to them. They don't even look in my eyes.
They can't even look at your eyes.
They won't even look inside my eyes.
Don't look at
It's
him.
like I'm not there.
Don't look at the slits.
It's really sad. Anyway, thanks for listening to TigerBelly, and peace out.
Peace out downtown. Khalyla, shows for BobbyLeeLive.com.
I just want to point out before I get to the shows that we never answer anyone's question on unhelpful advice. We go into some fucking tangent.
That's why we're special. That's why TigerBelly is so special.
Yeah. So, dude who wrote us.
His name is Anon.
There is no answer to your question. Oh yeah, there was. Offer up your sister
For
to
exchange
a
rate.
gook, I guess.
Yeah, for an exchange rate program.
Yep.
So shows?
Bobby is going to be at the Arlington Draft House, not this weekend, but the weekend next weekend with Jade Catapretta. And he is going to be in Philadelphia at Helium Comedy Club the weekend after that with Nick Youssef. And
Steve.
And yeah, I think.
Yes.
Right now, get somebody. We have to finish before 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
right,
You guys can write your questions, your concerns, or anything TigerBelly related to the TigerBelly at gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at the TigerBelly, on Instagram at TigerBelly.
Baby, it's gonna take me 40 minutes. I have to finish Osiris before 2 in the morning. It ends then.
Bob is gonna
Okay,
play
I won't
Osiris
bother
right
you.
now.
No, you don't have to bother me. You can say whatever you want. I'm just letting you know that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Osiris. Okay.
You can find me. You can find. More tour dates of Bobby and BobbyLeeLive.com. You can find them on Instagram and Twitter at BobbyLeeLive. Myself at Calamity K on all forms of social media.
Mm-hmm.
And
can you tell us about this logo contest that we have going on?
Oh, that's right, you guys. If you haven't already submitted for the logo contest, this week is your last week to do so. Contest ends Monday, August the 8th.
Get them in.
You can go to our Instagram at TigerBelly, and there are logo contest instructions on there.
Yeah.
And any other announcements, Gilbert?
Yes. Also, George Kimmel Pink Dick, awesome producer, has got the Twitch running up for
that's right.
Bobby and Steve Lee. And you can follow them on Twitch for Bobby's channel at
Bobby Lee Live.
Bobby Lee Live. Wow. And also you can follow Steve Lee at
Stevie Weeby. STEEBEEWEEBEE.
I'll probably tweet that out.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to send us anything, you can send it to our mailing address at
1626 North Wilcox Avenue, number 161, Hollywood, California. 9 what?
Oh, almost got it. I don't know.
9. Give it to me, dummy.
90028.
90028.
Damn, I thought you almost had that.
I actually had it in my head. I doubted myself. Damn it.
Also, you make sure you can follow us on YouTube at the TigerBelly for our video podcast and vlogs. It's just called TigerBelly. I was kidding. Anything else, guys?
Nope, that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week. Ciao.
Bye.
Kau dapatkan lebih buruk kaya kapag ditulog mo. Sikulog mo na Sukot yung kau mo. Pakaki, kau dapat